Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to discussing the Python language. Already you are familiar with what is the language, programming language, and how we are going to working with that particular languages, how many types of languages are there, and what are the functionality of a translator, what it will do, how many types of translators will be available, and already we had seen so many basic concepts on the programming language. Now today we are going to discussing the Python language. Python is a high level language. Already you know the difference between the low level language and as well as the high level language, and it is a interpreted programming language. Means here we are going to using the translator as an interpreter. That's why we are going to specifying as Python is interpreted programming language. Python is invented in the 1989 at Netherlands by Guido van Rossum. He developed that particular programming language. Where we are going to using Python programming language. Nowadays you consider any field, any technology, it is almost all by using the Python language only. It may be machine language or a deep learning or a big data or a cloud computing or a data science, artificial intelligence, data analytics, DevOps, robotics, whatever the thing, whatever the technologies you are considering, everywhere that Python is going to be using. In the earlier case, we are going to using the number of languages we are having. One language is restricted to particular area and all, but whereas Python is going to be considering, it is almost all in all the areas we are using the Python language. What are the Python features? If you are familiar with the any language, it may be C, C++, Java, whatever it is. When compared to those languages, it will be the easy and very simple. It is very nearer to the simple English, and it is case sensitive. Case sensitive means it is going to be differentiating uppercase characters as well as lowercase characters, and like C language, here there is no compilation and there is no linking, and whatever the code we are going to developing by using the Python C language or Java, C++, whatever it is, Python code will be the very lesser lengthy, lesser than the other languages. But whatever that remaining languages is going to be considering, it may be procedure oriented languages or it may be object oriented programming languages. But whereas Python is going to be having, it is having the combination of procedural oriented programming language plus object oriented programming language. Because of this, it is going to be supporting the both features, and it is going to be interpreted language, and it can be embedded with the any programming language. Here we are going to, before working the Python language, we have to install the Python software. How we are going to install the Python software? Here we are going to selecting the GUI environment of that particular Python graphic user interface. See, it is very simple. Otherwise, if you are going to working with the command line interface, it will be a little bit difficult. Because of that reason, we are going for the IDLE, means GUI environment. IDLE is nothing but integrated development environment. Python IDLE means Python integrated development environment. Here, first step is going to installing the Python language is we have to open the browser, and from that browser we are going to opening the python.org website, and there we are going to selecting the download option, from where we are going to, after selection of that downloading, it is going to be asking which type of operating system you are using. It may be Windows, or it may be Linux, or it may be Ubuntu, whatever it is. And based on that one, again it is going to be asking the which version of Python you want to install. At present, the latest version will be the Python 3.8. Because of this, we are going to selecting the Python 3.8. And once the development process is started, automatically it is going to be downloading the particular file, and we are going to selecting of that particular file, and we are going to click that particular file. Whenever we are going to selecting or clicking of that particular file, automatically it is going to be installing that particular software. At that time, it is going to be asking the Python location where you want to store that Python software. Because of this, that path it is going to be asking. You have to select the yes button on that particular time, and which type of installation we are going to selecting. We are going to selecting the customized installation. Whenever we are going to selecting, these are all the options. Automatically it is going to be downloaded, software will be installed on our computer. Once we are installed that Python, automatically we can work with that Python. Already we specified that Python is going to be interpreted with the compiled with the other languages. Means it is going to be, means some code will be available with the C code or something. If you are at present, if you are going to working with the Python, this code can be combined with the Python language. Similarly, Java code also can be combined with the Python. Like this, almost all the languages code can be compiled with this particular Python. Simple example we'll consider. Suppose if you are going to having the Java code, at present, if you are working with the Python language, if you want to compile with this Java code with this particular Python code, for that sake, we are going to having the some other software. That software name will be the Jython. If you want to combine that one, at that time we have to download Jython software, and we have to install the Jython software, and we can compile with the Java code with the Python code. Similarly, if you are going to having the .NET code, if you want to compile with the .NET code with the Python language, at the time we are going to having the software will be the Iron Python. Like this, we are going to selecting the whatever the code we are going to having, we can compile with the Python code. And wherever the programming modes are going to be considering, usually other languages is going to be having the only one type of mode, whereas Python is going to be having, it is going to be having the two types of programming modes. First one will be the interactive mode, and the second one will be the batch mode. Whereas in the interactive mode is going to be specifying there here whatever the command, whatever that statement we are going to typing, immediately it is going to be executing, and it is going to be giving the result. After giving that particular results only, it will be giving the permission to type the next statement. Means whatever that result, means whatever the statement we are going to specifying, immediately we are going to testing there itself. And whereas in the batch mode is going to be considering, here group of statements we are going to considering, that group of statements we are going to putting into a particular file, and we are saving of that particular file, and we are going to executing of that particular file. Whereas that Python file names is going to be considering, secondary name should be considering as the .py. Based on the secondary name, what type of a file it is, we are able to identifying. Because of this, if it is a C file, we are going to having the secondary name or extension will be the .c. Whereas in the Java is going to be considering, it is having the extension as a .java. Whereas in the Python is going to be considering, it is having the .py extension. Okay, generally whatever the program means, we are going to considering a problem. For that problem, we are going to developing the program. Because of that reason, we are going to dividing for our problem into three parts. First part will be the what are the inputs will be available for that particular task, and what is our expected output we are going to specify in the first step. And once you know the what are the inputs and what are the expected outputs, we are going to know that one, we are going to write in the program. Once you wrote the program, after that one, we are going to executing of that particular program, whether is it giving the desired result or not, desired output or not, we are going to checking, and we are going to tracing of that particular program. Totally, these are all the steps for every program we are going to considering. It may be Python, or it may be C, or it may be Java, whatever it is. But according to our discussion, we are going to having the, we are going to dividing our task will be the three steps. First step is nothing but the input and expected output. Second step is nothing but a program. Third step is nothing but whether run the execution of that particular program. Here, first, before writing any particular simple Python program, first of all, we are going to using the at least one function we have to use. That function name will be the print function. Print function is nothing but whatever the data, whatever the string we are going to specify, it is going to be printing on our screen. That is the result of the print function. Okay, it is going to be accepting the only one object. That object should be specified within double quote. Means, suppose if it is a constant string, at that time it should be appears in the double quote. Otherwise, if it is a variable or something, simply we have to specify that particular name. What is that particular string, and what is that particular object, and what is the particular variables and all, we'll see in the next video. Okay, here we'll consider the two programs, example programs we are going to considering here. Okay, first of all, we are going to selecting the, we are going to opening the Python IDLE. How we are going to opening on that Python IDLE is nothing but we are going to selecting the start button. Within that start button, we are going to selecting the IDLE Python. If you click on that particular one, it is going to be opening the Python beginning screen. Whereas we are going to selecting this Python IDLE, immediately it is going to be entering into the interactive mode. It is going to be giving the interactive mode. Interactive mode is going to be considering like this. Even here also it is going to be specifying that which type of version we are going to using, on which type of operating system we are going to having, such a type of details, license details and all, it is going to be displayed. It is going to be having the open source. Because of this, a free version can be available in the internet. Because of this, need not to pay anything for this particular software. Anyone can download and anyone can install. But whereas in the here it is going to be displaying the three double greater than symbols, three greater than symbols. It is nothing but the prompt for the Python interactive mode. Here we are going to typing the simple statement. Suppose try to assume that print within double quotes, I am going to specifying the welcome to Python. Welcome to Python, and double quotes close, and I am giving pressing enter key. Whenever you press the enter key, automatically it is going to be executing that particular statement, and whatever the result it is there, it is going to be printing immediately. Means here itself we are going to testing of that particular statement. This is nothing but the interactive mode we are going to specifying. Whereas we are going to considering here, we are going to see the two programs. Means programs we are going to considering how to open on that particular programs. Now we will see here from this interactive mode, you can select the file option, and if you are going to writing the new program, at that time we are going to selecting the new file. If it is already existing one, if you are going to selecting, simply you select the open button. Here, whenever we are going to selecting the open, it will be specified the some of the window. On the particular window, we have to select the particular file wherever it is available. We have to select that particular the path. From there, we are going to selecting the whatever the file you want to do. Here I am going to selecting the t1.py. .py is going to be specified as it one will be the Python program, and primary name I specified as T1, means task 1. It is nothing but we are going to opening on that particular file. So whenever we are going to opening on that particular file, it is going to be displaying the contents of that particular file. Here it is having the 2 lines of code. How we are going to selecting means how we are going to running on that particular program. Try to assume that whatever the first statement we'll see in the little later, and the second statement we are going to specifying. Here we are going to writing the print function. Print function is accepting the one string within double quotes. We are going to specify. Here it is going to be printing welcome to Python programming. And how to execute this particular one means here we are going to selecting the run option. From that run option, we are going to selecting the run module. Automatically that result is going to be displaying on the interactive mode screen. See here, it is going to be displaying the interactive mode screen. On that particular interactive mode screen, it is going to be giving the output of that particular file. Means here first task is going to be displaying the only welcome message. That's why we are going to having the only 1 line of code. Second task I am going to considering. Here it is going to be printing of your address. Usually address is going to be considering that it is having the multiple lines of statements will be available. Because of this, here I am going to selecting and open. Which one we are going to selecting? T2.py. T2.py I am going to selecting here. T2.py. And T2.py contents it is going to be displaying here. And it is going to be having the 3 print statements. And first print statement, it is going to be displaying the name of the particular person. And the second print statement is going to be printing the what is the door number and which area is going to be located. And the third print statement is going to be specifying the which town he is going to be staying. Whenever we are going to executing on this particular program, again on that particular interactive mode, it is going to be displaying the result of that particular program. This result of this T2 program is nothing but it is going to be displaying the 3 print statements. First one will be the name of the person, second name, door number as well as the location. Third one is going to be specified as the which town he is going to be staying. Like this, how many lines of code you want to, you can write it. There is no restriction at all. It may be 100 lines, or it may be 1000 lines, or it may be 10,000 lines of code also can be considered. Here we are going to specifying the next topic will be the comments. Comments is nothing but already we specified here on this particular program. Whatever that program we opened here, on first line we are going to writing the some information. That information is nothing but it is going to be specifying the what is the problem of that particular program, which type of functionality it is going to be specifying. Means for generally for programmer, it is going to be giving the readability. Means if you are going to writing the thousands of lines of code, at the time, what type of functionality, which code is going to be performing, we have to specify for our understanding purpose. Because of that reason, we are going to specifying the, we are going to adding these comments wherever you want it. But whereas we are going to considering the simple programs, because of this, on first line, I am going to specifying this comments and what is the that particular problem of that particular program I am going to writing. That generally comments is going to be beginning with the hash symbol and it is going to be ends with the enter key. Means whenever we are going to executing of that particular program, these comments are ignored by the interpreter or compiler. These comments cannot be executed. Means it is nothing but it is going to be giving the programmer better understanding and functionality of that particular program only. Whereas in the other languages, we are going to having the single line comments as well as multiple lines of comment. But whereas in the Python is going to be considering it not supporting the multi-line comment, but it can be achieved by using the triple quotes. It can be achieved by using the triple quotes. How we are going to using that one, we'll see in the next program. And another topic will be the escape sequence characters. Means some of the characters it is going to be having the some special meaning in any particular language. But whereas in our example, already we specified within that print statement, we are going to specifying the within double quotes, whatever the information we are going to giving, it is going to be printing without that double quotes. Without that double quote. See here, Dr. Srinivas Parimi, we specified within double quotes, but whereas in the program is going to be considering within double quotes, we specified that double quotes, it is not printable characters. Means if you want to print such type of characters, how to print that one? By using the escape sequence characters, we are going to printing. Means suppose here, if we want to print a single apostrophe, at that time we are going to using the backslash apostrophe. If you want to print a double quotes, we are going to using the backslash double quotes. And if you want to print one double slash, at that time we are going to giving the two double slashes. And another one, if you want to give the new line character, means after in the middle or in the last of that particular one, if you want to bring our cursor to the next line, we are going to using the /n. If you want to give one tab space on that particular position, at that time we are going to using the /t. These are all the escape sequences we are going to having. And another one more thing is going to be specified as the capital R or small r. It is going to be printing the raw string. Raw string is nothing but whatever the special symbols we are going to specify. It may be apostrophe or it may be backslash or it may be double quotes. So it is going to be printing as it is. That is nothing but the raw string. We are going to explaining this all sequence, all escape sequence characters as well as raw string within this particular program. Means this program is going to be demonstrating the escape sequence characters as well as raw string. We are going to opening the T3 program. On that particular T3 program, we are having the some lines of code will be available. First line is going to be giving the single line comment. It is nothing but the problem of that particular program. Next one, I am going to specifying the my output will be like this. My output will be like this. Because of that reason, I am going to having the more than one lines. Because of that reason, I am going to specifying the triple quotes at the beginning, triple quotes at the ending. Means totally whatever the lines of information is going to be appearing in between triple single quotes, that one is will be considering as the comments. Because of this, it won't execute at all. But here, what are the statements is going to be executing means only two statements is going to be executing. See here, on first printf statement is going to be considering /t we are going to using. /t means at the beginning of that particular line, it is going to be giving the one tab space. Tab space is nothing but the 5 characters. And after that one, it is going to be printing the Dr. Srinivas Parimi. And after that one, immediately we are going to specify the /n, and it will use the new line character. Our cursor will come to the next line, second line. On that particular second line, Python is going to be printing in between single backslashes. Along with that one, program is going to be printing within single quotes. After that one, it is going to be giving the next line character, means our cursor will come to the third line. On third line, within double quotes, it is going to be printing Hyderabad. See, executing, we are going to see the result of this particular program. See here, this first 3 lines of output will be by using the first print statement will use. Okay, here one tab space and /n is coming to the next line, and it is going instead of double slashes or single slashes is going to be printing, and backslash apostrophe we specified, it is going to be printing single quote, and double quotes also going to be printing. Similarly, on this third next line is going to be considered. It is going to be beginning with the capital R. Because of this total, it is going to be considering as the raw string. Because of this, whatever the information we are going to specify here within double quotes, it is going to be printing as it is. It may be backslash, or it may be single quote, or it may be double quotes. Whatever it is going to be printing as it is. See here, this line is going to be printing our output. /t, instead of giving the one tab space, /t is printing. Instead of giving new line character, it is going to be giving the, it is going to be printing the /n. Instead of printing the single slash, it is printing the double slashes, and instead of printing single quotes, it is going to be printing /single quotes. Instead of printing the new line, it is going to be printing the /n. Similarly, it is going to be giving the result. Like this, we are going to using the escape sequence characters, and a raw string is going to be considering. Okay, thank you friends. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe for future videos. And if you are having any doubts on this particular one, please post it into comment box. Thank you.